Okay, I want to talk about down payment money. Everybody needs a house. Housing is just terrible nowadays. We don't have enough housing, and it's getting more expensive, and it's probably one of our biggest problems, or the biggest. I mean, that and healthcare, I think, are the biggest thing, and education is the third stool of that. And we think it will take care of itself, and it won't, because everybody's not rich. So we have to help people get houses, and that's what the government's for. That's what they do. Nonprofit and government offices really helps people. We as a community help each other, right? That's what a community does. And so that's what, I guess, the government's for, and then the nonprofits for those who can't afford it. And we don't want everybody living on the streets, I would guess. I mean, even the rich people don't. They live behind gates now, and they can't go out and have fun because everybody's sleeping on the street. So that's not very nice. So anyway, there's a lot of government programs for that. And they come and go quickly, and that's the problem. And so somebody will you'll look for a housing program, and it won't be there, and you'll say, oh, there's no programs. You can't play that way. It's not set up that way. The programs come and go, particularly ever since COVID. So the last 4 or 5 years, and sure, the programs that are always there are always there. And they take another act of God, which is called Congress, to change. Until then, and what happens too is the government, the state, the local, they're doing more than the federal governments, particularly on down payment money and home buying money. So it's mostly local. Okay, I'm going to rattle off some programs that are local now, and I don't know how long they're going to be there. Some of them don't. Now, in the headline, I put, down payment money from $10,000 to $200,000, and $200,000 is a program in Washington, D.C. we have, but it's a little shaky with money right now, and they don't know how much more they're going to have. I think they're going to have more later, so I don't put that in here right now. But if you are in Washington, D.C., check in that, because there will be more money for the $200,000 program. So it'd be dc.gov, I think, is what it is, but that's easy to find. But let's go through some of these examples. Okay, here, Wilmington has a program. They have $2 million in this program to give $15,000 to help you buy a home, and $10,000 to home repair. Now listen to this too. All you have to come up with to buy a home is $1,000. That's it. All you need is $1,000 and income under $117,000. See, that's what I mean with it. They say it's for low to medium income. Did you hear what that medium income is now? $107,000. So you're eligible for the $25,000 grant and only have to put up $1,000. Now, again, that's Wilmington. So you have to check where you live for these programs, and I'll give you a whole shopping list on how to check that at the end, and it'll be in the description on YouTube too if you're watching this. Okay. The next thing is in Illinois. Okay, they have a grant, $10,000 for home buyers. It's a new program in Illinois. $10,000 grant. No, don't have to pay anything back. Okay, now let's go down the road here. Hartford, Connecticut. What they're doing is giving $10,000 grants for workers to buy a home in Hartford, so they could live in Hartford, work in Hartford, and see, that's what happens is that the government is really helping employers. See, so they're giving money to people to buy a Hartford, to live in Hartford, so they could be close to their work. Okay, now that makes sense. See, all these kinds of things, the average person doesn't think about this. Who's going to give me money? Yeah, they do, because the government wants to make sure the business stays in business and has good employees and all that kind of stuff. So everyone's selfish, remember. Even though they're giving away, like me, we're giving away $95,000 this month. And because it feels so good, I'm able to do it, and it just blows up my heart, man, like nothing else. So I just love doing it. So I don't look at it as I'm helping people. I'm helping me first. feel great. Okay, let's go down the list here. Here's another, in Tampa, they're giving $10,000 to hurricane-proof your house, right? You need that in Tampa. So there's a lot of programs like that. Who would never think of something like that? Oh, yeah, I'm looking for the hurricane-proof grants, you know. Wow, okay. Here's a $50,000, oh, I didn't get the hurricane. Hurricane proof. There's that one. Okay, and here's $50,000 to buy a home, down payment. $50,000. How do you like that? Isn't that crazy? Okay. Now here's another thing people don't know about. It's something called the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. They're in every region of the country. There's like 10 or something like that. But this is the one out in San Francisco, which covers also what the heck? Oh, Arizona and Nevada and California. These programs are for Arizona, California, and Nevada. And what they have is that one program where they give you a $29,000 grant, $29,000 grant, and another one that give you a $50,000 grant. So you live in those three states. Now, it's a two-step process for the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. You see the program at the Federal Home Bank Board. I'll give you the list in the description there, and you can follow up on it. Then you have to find a bank locally that is a member. Now, that's easy. They have a list of that too. Okay. Now, how do you find these places where you live? Okay. I'm going to put this link in the description below too. Here's a link of all the starting places. No matter where you live in the United States, you go to these places to find out, okay, how to get money and help to buy a house. No matter what your income is, you could be dead up to your keister or whatever. You want to know about the programs, okay? One is the HUD counseling, okay? You click on that link, and then you find a local office. You make an appointment. Always talk to people. Don't believe everything in print, because who the hell knows when it was there and what's changing. You want to talk to them because you don't even know what that means. You're guessing about words. I do that all the time. You talk to somebody, hey, and you can ask dumb questions so you really understand what the hell it is. There's another nonprofit organization called neighborworks.org. They are a nonprofit all across the country, sit down with you, and their job is to help low-income people get a house, okay? See, they get paid to do that. And there's a national, well, actually, it's a state agency, but there's one in every state. So they have a national association called ncsha.org. You go to that office and you find a member in your state, which there's only one. Every state has one. So you find the office in your state, and they help people buy houses. And they have money. They have lots of money. Buying houses, fixing up houses, so you want to know what's there. Now, here's the Federal Home Loan Bank Board. Talked about them, so that link there, you can find out what's locally. Habitat for Humanity, wonderful place, because you know what they do? You get about a house for half price. Because what they do, you put in sweat equity, you help build the house for you, and you get a free mortgage, no interest rate. And that's like getting a mortgage half price. So it would normally be like, $2,000 a month. It'd only be $1,000 a month because you're putting in sweat equity. Okay, the other place, if you live in a rural area, make sure you go to rd.usda.gov. That's Rural Development Center. And they have a whole bunch of programs, real cheap programs too. You can get in houses for nothing, fix up houses for with fix up money, and all kinds of things. They have great programs you want to find out. Okay. And the Habitat for Humanity, oh, that's here twice. That's terrible. And then don't forget, go to findhelp.org and put in housing, okay? And find out other sources of help. There'll be counselors in there, all kinds of people to help you find a house, okay? And they're all free. Every website I give you will never charge you money. Well, maybe somebody's going to sneak in there. I can't, but they're not supposed to. So be careful. They charge you money. We got something wrong here. And also the favorite house for $1. I show you the link there, how to find house for $1 in your neighborhood, okay? And it's all there. You don't have to go on the internet and pay somebody hundreds of dollars to find out where these things are. No, you already paid for that with your tax dollars. So they'll do it for free. okay? And don't forget our grants. They could help you buy a house. Well, they're only $500 or $1,000, but we give them to members. This is what we do with our profits. We give it back to members every month. We're up to $75,000, and this month we're adding in another $20,000. So people didn't pick up their money, so we're giving it back as that $20,000 an extra this month. So this month we'll have $95,000, and the $20,000 is the deadline is for the 14th of February, which is what? Valentine's Day. So please be my Valentine, and I'll give you $500. How's that? That's not a bad deal. And it's to show our love for the members who makes all this possible for us and give us an opportunity to help them, because I think the real joy in life is helping somebody else, because it feels so good. And that's very selfish then. If you're doing something to make yourself feel good, doesn't that mean you're selfish? Sort of fits the definition, doesn't it? But it still feels so good. So let me try to help you too.